So in this video, I thought it'd be a cool idea to talk about being scared to start copywriting, because I think this will resonate with a lot of people watching this. I mean, when you are starting anything new, there is going to be inherent fear, right? Starting anything new, you're always going to be scared. And if you're not, you're some sort of psychopath. We're on a mountain bike trip, so back of the car's filthy and messy, but I'm going to give you some practical tips in this video. And let's just talk about it. So if you are stuck at the start of your journey, then hopefully this will help you get over any fears that you have and help you move forward. So, fear is normal. I faced fear when I first started. I'm sure you're going through the same thing now if you're watching this video. And I was shit scared starting copywriting. That's what the title of this video is. Scared. Mainly scared of not knowing what I was doing, which is where it all stemmed from. Not knowing what I was doing, not knowing how to find clients, not having the confidence to ask for money off clients, all these sorts of things. Okay? And it's all completely normal when you're starting. All completely normal. And the way I overcame this when I first started, right, was by focusing on one type of copywriting. So there is obviously many different types of writing that you can do. Facebook ads, long page sales letters, short landing pages, paid advertising copy. There's literally endless amounts you can do. Anything for e-commerce, email marketing, which is what I chose to focus on. So I chose email marketing because I still believe that email copywriting is one of the easiest ways to get started. It's fast, it's fun, it's always going to be in demand from businesses and brands and people. So you're never going to run out of clients. Another way to get around this fear as well is to give yourself like an edge, or give yourself the biggest leg up you can. And the way you can do this is using swipe files and templates. So a mistake that I made when I first started was writing everything from a blank page, right? So you open up a Google Doc and you start doing writing for a client, and you're just writing from a blank page every time, which I understand is, you have to do that sometimes. But if you have a swipe file or templates that you can start things from, so if you've got clients that are similar in different niches or even same niche even, you can use these ideas as starting points for your writing, which for me, when I first started, coming up with the ideas was the hardest part. And we didn't have ChatGPT or anything when I first started, so it was all up here, or having to rely on doing my own research and finding out what's working, which I still feel is one of the best ways to do your research as a copywriter and become a better writer. So using swipe files and templates is another good way to overcome this fear. And then also getting feedback, right? So feedback from mentors, feedback from other copywriters in your space. Because if you haven't got the confidence in your own writing, you can bounce the ideas off that you have with people who are more experienced than you, and they're going to give you feedback, valid criticism, negative or positive, on how you can improve what you're doing, which again is going to give you more confidence. And on the confidence thing, like when you are stuck and you feel like doing nothing, the only way to get out of that rut is to start doing something, is what I've found. So for me, that looked like, do you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to start reaching out and having conversations with people. I wasn't even focused on getting clients for copywriting. I was literally just thinking to myself, well, the worst thing I can do right now is to sit and do nothing and stay where I am, because that's just going to cause this constant cycle of overwhelm and feel like I'm not doing enough or I'm not making any progress. So I was just like, look, just take a step in any direction and start reaching out to people and talking to people and having conversations and see where that leads, right? And even if you're just having conversations with people and you're not thinking about getting them as a client, I can almost guarantee it'll lead somewhere. And say if it does lead to a conversation about copywriting, you've then opened a door for yourself, which could turn into a client. As well as that though, there's also this fear as well of, well, if I reach out to clients and they say no, that's going to knock me back. That's going to knock my confidence. And like getting no's from clients, or getting a no thank you, or I'm not ready yet, is a logical fear that people have. So how do we get around this? Well, I think it's more of a repositioning thing in your mind, in that when people say no, or no thank you, or not yet, it's just feedback for you. It's data and feedback which you have to learn to interpret. So if somebody says no, or let's say if somebody says no to your copywriting offer, I would then look at myself and think, right, okay, well, what is this thing that I've offered this client? Like, what is the actual offer? Does it resonate with them? Is it exactly what they need? Have I conveyed myself properly to them? Because sometimes it can just be a case of you haven't conveyed yourself properly to the clients. They don't actually understand whether they need your service or not. Wow, there's a huge train going past. There's a massive horn. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like a big American train horn. Holy hell, that's loud. Anyway, back on track. Even like the fear of working with clients, some people have that. Like, what happens if a client doesn't like the work I do for them? These are all, feelings that everyone has. And it all comes with experience. It is like a chicken and egg situation where you're like, well, how do I build this confidence if I don't have any clients? How do I get clients if I don't have any confidence? It's having this complete package, right? And the support of people in your corner, which again is why I've put the copywriting primer together, which is in the link below if you want to check that out. It's a copywriting course I put together, which is £1 right now, which is less than a cup of coffee, to invest in your future education. Wild. But it overcomes all this stuff, and hopefully will give you some direction and confidence in getting started with copywriting for a very minimal fee. I can't make it any less than that. But yeah, just understand that fear is normal, but it's solvable, right? If you're literally stuck on YouTube watching all these videos on repeat and trying to find all these ways to give yourself almost fake momentum, like, oh, I'm consuming content, it's going to help me get going. And it does to an extent, right? I love consuming content, but at the same time, I'm trying to consume content through a lens of how can I use what this person is saying and become a creator? How can I use this information and become an action taker? Because if I can do that, then I can make real progress towards whatever it is I'm trying to do. And if you're feeling like that as a beginner copywriter, it doesn't really matter what you're trying to do, to be honest with you. Anything you do, it's going to be scary. You just need the right things in your corner, the right tools that are available to you to help you overcome all this stuff. And I still experience all this stuff at different levels to you guys. Like, if you go and look at anybody, no matter what level of success you see them at, they are always facing fears of starting new things. They're always going to be scared of something, be it reaching out to somebody, closing a bigger deal, or I don't know what it is. But the key difference is that they have the experience, they've been through very similar patterns in the past, and they've been able to reframe things, and they know how to get through it in the future. So I'm trying to pass what I know from my experience down to you, so you can get over your fear of starting if that is what you're struggling with, which I assume it is because you've watched this far, right? So, bottom line, don't let fear stop you. There is a link below to get started. I challenge you to be an action taker today. It's literally £1 if you've not already joined. Go and check it out. There is 7 videos inside with a bunch of bonuses to help you get started with copywriting. Any questions, please let me know, and I will see you in the next video.